Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Sufi Hanany binti OMAR. My Matric number is 0744320 and I'll be presenting the case brief on the significant Malaysian cybercrime which is Kangaie Agilan anak lelaki Jammany against public prosecutor, which involves issues under the Computer Crimes Act 1997. So I'll start with the facts of the case. Agilan was an employee at Air Asia, working his way to become a pre-flight officer. So he was given a staff ID and also password that granted him access to the company's flight booking system. But between March 2009 and August 2010, Agilan used the system's flight move feature 148 times to alter flight bookings, changing the time, date, and also destination without paying the fare differences or change fees. So he abused this feature, which was meant for emergency or operational disruption for personal gain, benefiting his family and also his friends. And in some instances, he even used other employees' login credentials that he obtained through deception. And the financial loss to Air exceeded 229,000 ringgit. So the case raised 5 legal main issues, which is the first main issue is whether Agilan's action fall under Section 5 Clause 1 of the Computer Crimes Act, which is unauthorized modification of computer content. The second issue is whether an employee can be guilty under CCA even if he has system access but acts outside standard operating system or SOPs. The next issue is whether documentary evidence like audit logs was admissible. Next, whether Section 114A of the Evidence Act 1950 on presumption of digital ownership applies retrospectively. And the last issue is whether the investigating officer failed to fairly investigate Agilan's claims. So, in this case, the High Court upheld the conviction on all 148 charges under Section 5 Clause 1 of the Company Crimes Act, which is the court ruled that Agilan's access was legal, but the way he used it was unauthorized. Next, the court ruled that the misuse of access, even by an employee, is a criminal offence, not just a disciplinary issue. And the evidence presented was admissible. And Section 114A was applicable even retrospectively since it is procedural and no miscarriage of justice occurred. So, the court held that 5 years imprisonment per charge served concurrently. So, in this case, it is significantly for several reasons, which it clarifies the law, where authorized access used beyond the permitted scope can still be criminal. However, it raises policy concerns. Not every SOP violation should automatically be criminal, and also it shows corporate responsibility too, which Asia had weak security controls like shared passwords, and the use of Section 114A raised fairness concerns, where retrospective laws may threaten the presumption of innocence, and it also highlights the challenges of digital evidence, especially involving cross-border system. In conclusion, this case is a landmark decision in Malaysian cybercrime law, and it stresses both individual accountability and the need for strong digital security and fair legal processes in handling computer-related offences. Thank you.